TV soap news and spoilers today, we delve into one of the most intriguing and dramatic storylines on Days of Our Lives, the mystery surrounding Mark and Marin's mother, and whether Steve will ultimately uncover the truth about her identity and help the siblings break free from Clyde's manipulative control. This long-running saga has kept viewers captivated, and we're here to discuss the twists and turns that could change everything for Mark, Marin, and their family. At the start of this story, everyone believed that Mark and Marin's parents had tragically died in a car accident, leaving Mark to take on the responsibility of caring for his younger siblings. The tragic accident was said to have torn their family apart, and for years, Mark carried the burden of that trauma while ensuring his siblings were cared for. But as is often the case in Salem, the story was far from simple. Recently, shocking revelations have begun to surface. It now appears that while their father may have indeed died in the accident, their mother's fate was far more complicated. Instead of perishing alongside her husband, it seems she survived and has been secretly held captive by none other than Clyde. The once accepted narrative of a family destroyed by tragedy has turned into a chilling story of manipulation, control, and secrets. It's become clear that Clyde has been pulling the strings behind the scenes, using Mark and Marin's mother as a pawn in his nefarious schemes. Clyde, always one to exploit the weaknesses of others for his own gain, has been using the mother's captivity to control Mark and Marin, forcing them to follow his orders to protect her. One of Clyde's most devious plans involves pushing Marin into a marriage with Chad in an attempt to get his hands on the Demera fortune. With their mother's life hanging in the balance, Marin has little choice but to comply, even as she wrestles with her guilt and fear. Meanwhile, Mark has been doing whatever he can to protect his family, though he too remains trapped under Clyde's oppressive influence. The siblings are stuck in an impossible situation, compromising their own lives to ensure their mother's safety. While Mark and Marin have been struggling to keep their family safe, Steve has been quietly working in the background, piecing together the complex web of lies and deceit surrounding Clyde's control over the family. As a man with a sharp eye for detail and an unrelenting sense of justice, Steve has always been a formidable investigator. His instincts led him to suspect that something wasn't right about the supposed death of Mark and Marin's mother, and recent clues have only confirmed his suspicions. It all started when Steve was investigating Clyde's connection to Abigail. Through his tracking, he stumbled upon hints that their mother might still be alive, contradicting the long-held belief that she had died in the accident. One of the key moments in Steve's investigation came when he visited Clyde in prison, hoping to extract more information. Clyde's cryptic responses only deepened Steve's suspicions, especially when the conversation turned to John Black's connection to Catherina, a mysterious woman who had supposedly died, but whose story held eerie parallels to Mark and Marin's mother. The mystery surrounding Catherina has been another layer of this tangled web. For months, John Black has been haunted by her death, even though he had no memory of the events leading up to it. Catherina was presumed dead, yet recent discoveries suggest that she may have faked her death and disappeared to live a life of her own, far away from the chaos and danger she once faced. Steve's investigation revealed that Catherina's story wasn't as straightforward as everyone believed. After her husband died in a suspicious accident, Catherina vanished. Steve's digging suggests that her disappearance wasn't entirely voluntary. It's possible that Clyde, who had dealings with her husband, played a role in her disappearance, possibly even kidnapping her after her husband's death. As Steve connected the dots between John Black's memories, Catherina's disappearance, and Clyde's involvement, he began to realize that Catherina might still be alive, and more importantly, that Catherina might be Mark and Marin's long-lost mother. If Steve's suspicions are correct, the implications are staggering. It would mean that Mark and Marin's mother has been alive all this time, held captive by Clyde, who has been using her as leverage to manipulate her children. The revelation that Catherine is their mother would explain much about Clyde's interest in the siblings and his desire to control their lives. Catherina's survival would also shed new light on the accident that supposedly claimed their father's life. If Clyde was involved in the accident or its aftermath, it's possible that their father's death wasn't an accident at all, but part of a larger scheme orchestrated by Clyde to gain control over Catherina and her family. As Steve continues to dig deeper, it seems inevitable that he will uncover the full truth. His determination to get to the bottom of this mystery, coupled with his fierce loyalty to his friends and family, ensures that he won't stop until he uncovers every secret Clyde has been hiding. As Steve moves closer to the truth, the stakes are higher than ever. If he can confirm that Catherina is indeed Mark and Marin's mother, it could be the key to finally breaking Clyde's control over them. But getting to that point won't be easy. Clyde is a master manipulator, and he won't give up his hold on the family without a fight. Mark and Marin, already living in fear for their mother's safety, will have to trust that Steve can save her and them from Clyde's clutches. This story is building toward an explosive confrontation. If Steve can expose Clyde's crimes and free Catherina, it could mean the end of Clyde's reign of terror over the family. But the path to that freedom is filled with danger, deception, and uncertainty. Clyde has proven time and time again that he's willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants, and Steve will need to stay one step ahead of him if he hopes to bring this mystery to a close. The story of Mark and Marin's mother is one of the most emotionally charged and suspenseful plots currently unfolding on Days of Our Lives. With Steve hot on the trail of the truth and Clyde's grip on the family tightening, viewers are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how this drama will unfold. Will Steve be able to uncover the full truth about Catherina's identity and save her from Clyde's control? Will Mark and Marin finally be free from the manipulative influence that has kept them trapped for so long? And how will this revelation change the dynamics of Salem once the truth comes to light? Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Days of Our Lives updates and news. So subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.